Welcome to the Wisdom of the Bible channel. Picture Solomon's grand palace, where 700 wives and 300 concubines hoped for a single night with the king. Every day, women soaked in perfumed baths were rubbed with myrrh and aloe and had their hair woven with threads of gold. At night, rare scents drifted through the halls, dancers swayed, and jewels glittered under torchlight. Yet their rivalry reached far beyond beauty, for each woman sought power over the wisest ruler in history, and over a hidden spirit he bound with a mysterious ring. Step into 957 BC. Dawn breaks over Jerusalem, and sunlight strikes a huge building on Mount Moriah. Its walls, plated with pure gold, flash like fire in the morning sky. Solomon spared no cost. By today's money, the work would be worth billions. More than 180,000 laborers, guided by supreme craftsmen from Phoenicia, toiled for 7 years. Cedar logs came from Lebanon, and giant stones were cut so precisely that their seams vanished to the eye. The temple itself measured about 98 feet long, 33 feet wide, and 49 feet high. Inside, every wall shone with gold from floor to ceiling. 2 vast olive wood cherubim, covered in gold, spread their wings across the most holy place. The courtyard sparkled with precious stones from far-off lands. 2 bronze pillars named Jachin and Boaz stood at the entry, their tops ringed with pomegranates and chains that spoke of strength and steadiness. Incense mixed with the scent of cedar, filling worshippers' lungs with sweet smoke. To keep the temple active day and night, Solomon set up 24 groups of priests who served in turns. Some kept the 7 lamps burning, others replaced the sacred bread every Sabbath. Their system ran like clockwork, making sure praise to the God of Israel never paused. Even before sunrise, the bronze gates swung open and life flooded the courts. Levites moved with drill-like order. Some carried golden jars of water, others swept marble floors until they gleamed. Temple musicians struck harps, cymbals, and trumpets, following songs King David himself had written. In the outer court, approved traders sold animals cleared by priests, so even the poor could offer sacrifices. Water rushed in through an aqueduct, feeding the great bronze sea held up by 12 oxen and supplying the endless need for washing. Behind the scenes, the temple worked like a small city. Bakers baked the showbread in sacred ovens, and perfumers mixed incense whose recipe stayed secret for generations. At the same time, Solomon's palace, home to 1,000 women, grew into a center of diplomacy and desire. Each royal wife tied Israel to her homeland, turning marriage into statecraft. The daughter of Pharaoh lived in rooms etched with hieroglyphs and lined with Egyptian gold. Moabite women brought fragrant oils, while Sidonian ladies wove the deep purple cloth their coast made famous. The harem formed a layered society of its own. Wives stayed in lofty pavilions above scented gardens. Concubines lived below in still lavish suites. Every woman carried a royal seal, traded gifts with her native land, and recorded births, dowries, and family lines through trusted scribes. Servants, guards, cooks, doctors, and midwives kept the harem running. Elderly messengers, honored for their wisdom, relayed notes between quarters. No visit happened without their nod, a rule meant to curb plots and secret pacts. The routine ran with strict order, yet each sunset promised wonder. When a woman was chosen to meet the king, her preparation filled a whole day. She entered the house of purification, bathing in 7 pools scented with myrrh, aloe, cassia, and cinnamon. 7 maids washed and styled her hair with ivory combs set with gems. Her skin was smoothed with honey and goat's milk. Her nails were painted with henna in symbols of love. She dressed in cloth so fine it seemed spun from air and wore jewels meant to entice both eyes and mind. The royal chamber, lit by small lamps and strewn with petals, glowed with soft gold. Musicians in nearby rooms played gentle tunes inspired by the Song of Songs. Within private gardens, pomegranate trees shaded fountains where women shared skills rather than fought. The Egyptians taught belly dance, the Phoenicians, perfume craft, the Moabites, tender songs. Special harps strung with silk, drums that echoed heartbeats, and flutes that sighed like lovers' breath turned music into a spell that opened hearts. Still, rivalry thrived. Some women gained favor through sharp minds, joining quiet talks on rule and wisdom. Others wrote poems or created scents that stirred memory. Alliances stretched across nations. A single whispered word could lift or ruin a favorite. Gifts, spiced wine, a jeweled token, a verse on scented papyrus, spoken a secret code of power and longing. The clever knew charm alone was not enough. Understanding the king's moods, troubles, and hopes won lasting influence. Children born in the palace deepened these tensions. Though the Bible names only Rehoboam, son of Naamah the Ammonite, many scholars think Solomon fathered dozens of princes and princesses. Each birth sealed a treaty with a foreign land and carved a new path to the throne. Tutors from every corner of the world taught languages, stories, and arts, while Hebrew scholars guarded the law of Moses. Solomon himself was often absent, buried in affairs of state. Mothers shaped their children's minds, sowing quiet factions under one roof. Foreign wives brought their own gods as well as their beauty. Altars to Isis, Astarte, and Chemosh rose on hills near Jerusalem, built by Solomon in gestures of love and curiosity. As he bowed to other deities, the people copied their king. Prophets warned, yet drums of fresh rites drowned their cries. Taxes climbed to fund the vast court, and forced labor maintained the grand buildings. Gold lost its glow under the weight of discontent, and the rain that began in wisdom slid toward strain. Legends say Solomon bore a ring cut with the holy name of God, giving him power to command spirits. Using this seal, he ordered invisible beings to lift the great stones of the temple and reveal the hidden laws of nature, secrets of plants, metal, and stars. In the Testament of Solomon, the king questions each spirit, learning its name and weakness, yet he always bows to the Most High, knowing true strength comes only from God. And so, even while guiding forces unseen, he sought to honor the Creator above all. May these stories of splendor, struggle, love, and faith remind us of the heights and depths within every human heart. May wisdom guide our own steps, just as it once guided Israel's greatest king.
Hello, dear viewers. Thank you for watching our channel, Wisdom of the Bible. I personally invite you to subscribe to our channel. It supports us and helps us create more videos. Thank you, and God bless you.